I'm back. Hi guys, welcome back. Today I am here to show you how to make this laptop sleeve, and this is really simple to do, even though I'm not going to give you like an exact pattern or like step by step. It's not like a tutorial, it's more like of a guide, but I'm still like I'm going to show you the you know, how to do this technique of changing the colors. So if you understand like the basic, it's super easy. In this case you will need a front and a back. So the back is just like single stitch. You can do whatever you want here. If you want, you can do also checkered, but I decided to do just like this, just one color. And then here you have the checkered pattern, and this is what I'm going to show you how to do, because it's the most complicated part, but it's really easy. I know that maybe it looks a little bit complicated, but it's super easy. You just need to learn how to change the color. And then the other thing that you need to know is the width of your squares. So in my case, I decided for them to have 6 stitches, like the width. So I had to do like my first chain, it had to be multiples of 6 plus 1, because you always need 1 to turn your work, to start like crocheting to the other side. I have 13 squares, so I did 13 multiplied by 6, it's 78 plus 1. If you want bigger squares, you can do like let's say that you want a square that it's 10, so you do like multiples of 10. If you want smaller ones, you can do like 3 multiples of 3, and always the plus 1 stitch. In this case I did single stitch because I wanted something more sturdy, but if you want, I believe you can do this with like double crochet or triple crochet. And you can also like even do this for a bag, like if you attach a strap, it can perfectly be a bag, or if you want to do like a top. So I'm just going to show you the technique and then you decide what to do. I just want to also to let you know that in this case I believe I did like 6 stitches and then like 6 rows of like height, but I think that maybe if you need to do like in my case, for example, instead of 6 rows, 7 rows, for it to look more like a square, I think it's fine, because I feel like the stitches, they don't exactly compare in size to the rows. I hope I'm making myself understand. But yeah, I'm not a pro, so maybe don't quote me on that, but I feel like that works. If you need to do it, just do it. Maybe your tension is like too tight, so you have to do it. But yeah, I believe in this case I did 6 by 6. And I'm also going to show you how to avoid like some mistakes. You know there are mistakes here, and it's fine. It's fine. You're a beginner, you're just having fun, and that's what matters. And yeah, I think it looks really cute. I might put like a zipper here because I don't have one, because I have like another old laptop sleeve here. But if you want, you can, for example, like elongate this back part, or even like the front part, like imagine coming out and then putting like a button here, or you can do like a strap or whatever. Like you can do so many things with this. So yeah, I have already talked for way too long, so I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the technique. You start with whatever yarn you want, and I'm going to do this in black and white so you can see better. And I believe this needle is too big, but it's the only one I have. So you take your yarn and then you do like a slip stitch. So just put this one above, and not a slip stitch, a slip knot. Here you go, and then you will make a chain. So let's say that I'm going to do now for like a square is 4 stitches long. I have to do multiples of 4. Let's say like 12. So this means I will do 3 squares, so 12 stitches plus 1. 1, 2, and 12 plus 1 for you to turn your work. So now you just need a chain, so this tiny chain, and now you just do another like single stitch row, just all white. This is what I have now. It's a chain with a row of single stitches. Now we are going to start our squares. So what I did was, you just insert your needle. So you can see I'm inserting my needle there onto this stitch, and I'm going to do one single stitch, because our squares, they are 4 single stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and now when it's your last stitch, so in my case when it's my 4th stitch, you don't do it completely, and I will show you now. So I'm going to be like, I'm doing the normal single stitch. So now you have 2 loops here, but you're not going to grab with your needle the white yarn. What you're going to do is, you take your other color, bring the other color into those 2 loops. So you can see I have my 2 loops here, and I'm going to bring the black inside. And this is how you added the color, okay? Then you don't have to do this, of course, but now it's the first time you're adding the color, so this is what you have to do. So you should get something like this, and then you just continue. Now you're going to do 4 single stitches, right, for the black square in my case. And what you have to do is, inside of your stitches you have to keep the white color, and in this case I'm also going to put this little tail inside. So you can see I have my needle here, I have these 2, and I'm going to pull the black, and I'm going to do a single stitch, the first one, and then my second one, and now we are going to the 4th stitch, so it's the last one of this square. And so, like I was saying before, what you have to do is, you have to, so you bring the black color, and you have 2 loops of the black, and now you bring your white, because you're changing the color, and you leave the black color there. So there you go. So now we are going to do white color again, and this time we are going to hide the black color in. As you can see here, you can see the white color inside because you have hid it there. Okay, so the tail and the black inside, and we'll pull the white. Okay, and now into your last one. So in this case we just did the first row of the square, so we want to continue like this. So white, black, white, white, black, white, right? If we had finished our square and we were going to do the opposite, so black, white, black, then we would have to change color at the end. But it's not the case now. We still want this part to be white. So that's what we are going to do. We are continuing to do white, so we're not going to change the color. We are going to do the last stitch as white. So you pull the white, and so you have the 2 loops. In this case, what would you do usually? You would bring the other color because it's the last stitch, but no, you're going to bring the white. So basically it's when you are at the end of your chain, that's when you change the color, when you're going to do another row of new squares, or you just keep the color. And you can see here that we can see the black, which is not supposed to happen. So I think there are 2 reasons for this. One of them is that the tail is there and maybe it's messing things up a little bit, but this will happen a lot to you. And what you have to do is just give it a little tug. Just give it a little tug. So yeah, in this case it didn't work that well because I believe it's the tail that is messing things up. So you can see it's the tail here. But if you pull the black part, then you shouldn't see it. But we will take care of this one later. But yeah, so now this is what you have. Let's now do squares. So in this case, I'm going to keep going with the white. You put the black inside and you pull the white. So now I'm onto my last stitch of the white square. So I'm going to pull the white, but then here I'm going to stop hiding the black and I'm going to grab the black here. Okay, and as you can see black, so just give it a little tug. You see that? So now we are going to continue the black square and we are going to hide the white color. 1, and now onto the fourth one. We have the 2 black loops and we grab the white that we were hiding. So as you can see white coming out. Just pull it and you can see it. Okay, so in this case we still don't change the color because we still need to finish our white square. So 4th stitch and then another one to turn, and we pull the black so you can see it. So this is what you have now. Maybe it doesn't look amazing because it's such a tiny swatch, and yeah, this is the tail that I have to take care of, and it's not done yet, but let's just continue and you'll see it looks much better. So now, because you have finished your square, you are actually going to change color here because you need the next square to be black here. So grab the white and then here you grab the black. And we do another black stitch. And now we are going to do our black square. Here change to white. So basically you just keep doing this over and over again. You just change the colors to after doing a certain amount of stitches. You pull the white or like the color so that you can see it, and yeah, this is basically it. So here I have made 3 rows. Unless I've made a mistake, I did 4 here, and I kind of feel like this one looks more like a square than this one to me. So like I said, it's up to you, like if you do 1 or more rows than you need, or so in this case 4 stitches, I don't think it means 4 rows, it can be just like 3 rows, but let's just keep going and do one like this. So now if I was going to continue, then I would grab the white yarn and just start doing another row of white, black and white. You should end up with something like this. You can see in here, you can even see the colors, like the green in the violet or the violet in the green, because in this time I used the right needle, And yeah, so you just have to do the squares for how long you want, and then you have to attach it to the other part, the back. And if I'm not mistaken, here I did the mattress stitch, but it wasn't, I tried to do it on the sides and it wasn't going amazing. I believe it was, you know, like when you do crochet, the sides, they will end up like these here. The sides aren't going to be like perfect like this side here. It's going to be like wonky like this one, right? So I was trying to do the mattress stitch with this part and it just wasn't looking great. So I believe that the sides I just did like in my video of the daisy squares, and I just both sides together inside of the needle and then did just single stitch all the way down. And yeah, that's it. You should end up with something that looks like this.